Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your first web development tutorial. This will be your first tutorial, hopefully in a series of tutorials covering languages such as HTML, JavaScript, PHP, CSS, jQuery. Okay, but in this first tutorial, we're basically going to cover creating a web page from scratch. Okay, now we need to download a couple of programs before we can do this. Okay, so go over to a browser, go over to WAMP server. Okay, go over. Okay, now basically WAMP server is a bundle which installs Apache, PHP, MySQL on a Windows environment. Apache is the web server, PHP is the language used to communicate with Apache, and MySQL is the database we're going to be using to store data. Okay, so we go over here to downloads and 64-bit and click here, which is going to download directly from SourceForge. It's going to take a couple of seconds. Okay, now basically you're going to click keep. Now I have done this already, so I'm not going to download it again. Okay, I go over to here. Okay, now as you can see I have it here, and you click here, then you click open and click run. It's going to take a couple more seconds. Yes. Next. Accept. It's going to install WAMP server on your C drive. Okay, click next. Click launch icon, desktop icon, next, and install. It's going to take a couple more seconds to install on your C drive. Okay, open, click open. A few more seconds. Okay, next, and finish. Yes. Okay, if you go down to the lower right hand corner of your screen, you see you have here an icon. Okay, this icon is red. Now it's changed in color. It needs to change to a color green. Okay, as it changes to this color green, this means that the service has been set up correctly. Okay, then we click here, put online. Okay, now we go over to our browser and type in localhost. Okay, once you see this page here, that means the server was configured properly. Okay, now we have here PHP info. You click on this. If you see this page, this shows that PHP was installed correctly. We go back, and we have here PHP MyAdmin, which is an interface to the MySQL database. Okay, it allows us to communicate with the MySQL database with a user interface right here. Okay, so we can go back here. Okay, and we could close this out. Okay, close this. Now, basically, you need a text editor to be able to create web pages, so that you can show in your browser. Okay, now I have a text editor I'm using here, which is Sublime Text 2. You can get it from sublimetext.com. Okay, now basically what we're going to do, we're going to create our web pages. We're going to create it on our desktop. Okay, then we're going to, once our web pages are created on our desktop, we're going to then upload those web pages to our paid hosting service. Okay, so let's go over to my computer, the C drive. Now this is where the WAMP server was installed. Okay, within the WAMP server folder, you have here www. This is your root directory. Okay, we can click on this, and as you see here within our root directory, we have some files. The root directory is the directory that's going to hold your files that's going to be viewable to everyone. Okay, so we're going to create a new folder within that root directory, and we're going to call it first website. Okay, now let's close this out. Now let's just close this out. Let's create a new file. Okay, new file, and we're going to save it as Control S. Okay, as you can see here, we're in our root directory, and the folder we created, first website, we're going to save it as index.php. Okay, now basically the building blocks of any web page is HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Okay, it's the backbone of any web page. All web pages needed. Okay, so to start out with HTML, we need to start out with a document type indicator. This will tell the browser what type of page we're using. So we go here, doc type, HTML. Okay, and below this we're going to have the first HTML tag, which is HTML, and with every, this is called an opening tag. With every opening tag there is a corresponding closing tag. So to close a tag, you go angle brackets / HTML. Okay, now within the HTML tags we have our head tags, HEAD, opening tags, and closing tags, HEAD. Okay, within our head tags, okay, we have our title, okay, TITLE, title, post title. Okay, now below the head tags we have a body. Now the body is where the content of your page is going to be placed. Okay, Y. Okay, let's close this up. Okay, now let's go back to the title. We need to put in a title. Let's say my first web page. Okay, now like I said, the body is where your content is going to be placed. So let's just put in a paragraph tag. Within paragraph tags, texts are placed. Okay, we're going to put this is the content of the paragraph. Element. Okay, now this right here, what we have here is the basic building blocks of any web page or website. We have HTML markup language. Okay, let's save this. Control S, which is going to be saved. Remember, we created the folder, first web page, and it's going to be saved in there. Okay, now let's pull up our browser here. Okay, if we go to localhost / the folder we created, first web page. Okay, and we I didn't put web page, I put page, first web page. I think it's website, not web page. Sorry about that. First website. Right? You see here, this is the content of the paragraph element. Okay, so basically what you have created here is your first web page. Okay, So we have a lot more videos to cover on HTML. So I'm going to stop here for now. Don't forget to subscribe and thank you for watching. Goodbye.